Hi, it's Will from StormyCastle.com, and this is a tutorial on how to make the Iron Helmet from Skyrim. I love Skyrim and I love this helmet. It really looks good. And it's actually not a hard project to make. It's just paper mache, but it's also strong enough so you can wear it. And that's because it has a cardboard frame inside of it. And I have a packet that you can download on my website right here that has the templates to make that cardboard frame inside. So it's actually not a hard project to make. You just need some flour and some water, and follow the instructions on how to make it with paper mache, and you're good to go. A couple of cereal boxes to make the frame inside, and you're off to the races. So let's launch into. I also have a tutorial on how to make the Daedric sword from Skyrim. That's a great tutorial too. I'll pop that link in if you want to check that out. So let's launch into the tutorial on how to make the Iron Helmet from Skyrim. Okay, this is the cardboard frame that we're going to be building to start out this project. And it's important because it gives strength to the helmet so you can wear it. And what you do is I have the packet on my website, you download that packet, you print out the pieces and put them together as needed. It's all explained. Then you take those pieces and you put them on your cereal box cardboard, trace them and cut them out. Do all the pieces. All right, here's a piece here. This piece is too long for one piece of cereal box, so staple them together as you need them. Glue them or tape them to make the right size pieces. So now we build the helmet, and this will give you a good idea of how it's built. There are drawings in the packet so you can see which piece goes where and how to do it. It's not that hard. And now it's done. So there we go. All the pieces are done. We're ready to paper mache this thing. Stuff it, put a layer of newspaper in there, and then stuff it with crumpled newspaper. That keeps the helmet shape and keeps it so as you put the paper mache on, it's going to get heavy, it doesn't sag. Now cover the whole thing with aluminum foil, and you can punch out the eye holes. But this will help you keep the nice iron metal shape of the paper with the paper mache of the helmet, and it will also prevent the paper mache from soaking into the newspaper inside. So there you go, there's the helmet is covered and ready to go. Now mix up 2 cups of flour and 2 cups of water, and we have our first batch of paper mache. Just stir that all up nice. Cut yourself strips of either newspaper or paper towels. Paper towels are a little bit better. Soak those strips in there and then apply them to the helmet. And do the whole helmet. Do like this, a scissor action to clean them off. Overlap the strips on the helmet. So you can see I'm making progress here. Just keep applying, cover the whole helmet. Leave the eye holes open. And always overlap your strips. That will give it a lot of strength. Now once it's done, you can just use the paper mache mix to kind of touch it up and smooth it out. Put a fan on it, so it'll help it dry a lot faster. So now we're going to do a second layer of paper mache, but first we're going to put some iron banding on it. Make yourself up some cardboard strips like this, one like a headband, and one thick one from temple to temple like this, because that will hold the horns in. Keep the horns nice and strong so they're secured well. But these strips make it a lot stronger and also will give you that iron band look on your helmet once the paper mache is dried. One at the bridge of the nose like this that goes all the way around the back to the bottom. And this is how the horns will be attached. I'm going to show you how to do those in a minute. So I will hot glue them in place like that so it's nice and strong. So here's how to make the horns. Get yourself some newspaper like this with more newspaper on one side than the other so you have the thicker part of the horn. Crumple it up, roll it up. You can add more newspaper, adjust it as you need it, start working on it. You'll get a feel for it. And wrap it with tape. That will help to keep the shape. Now there's a collar that attaches this horn to the helmet. Let me show you how to make that collar. Wrap some tape, a thick layer of tape around the edge of the horn, the end there, the open end. Then cut yourself a strip of cereal box like this and wrap that on. See how it's a collar? It's like a band. Tape it in place. And then cut it at an angle with scissors because the helmet is rounded, and this way it'll connect correctly. Just like that. Attached to the helmet. This one needs to be curved some more, but work on it. Add more newspaper, more tape, whatever you need to do. Glue it in place. I use hot glue gun, which is the best. But glue it in place. You can even tape it in place, or use a regular glue on them. But once that dries, you can go ahead and start paper macheing with the second coat. So this time we're using 2 cups of flour and 3 cups of water. We want a thinner paper mache. It will give us a finer look. Less of a lumpy, pasty look and more like metal. So do the same thing. Go ahead and cover the whole thing. Overlap all your strips. And pay special attention to the iron banding, which is your extra pieces of cardboard, so you have some definition there. And the whole thing's done. Now I'm starting to work on the horn. Same thing. Wrap the horn. It gives a nice look to the horns. So once the paper mache is all applied, we can go right ahead and put a fan on it again to help it dry faster. Otherwise, it'll probably take overnight. And then we can paint it. There we go. So let's paint it. Let me show you a quick trip here. I use black and brown paint. But the trick is not to mix them in the container. Just leave them side by side like that. And then when you paint it, sometimes it'll be black, sometimes it'll be brown. It gives kind of a streaky look that's really nice. You don't want to mix them into just a muddy mess. You want them to be some brown and some black. Kind of just apply it liberally. That's kind of like an iron look. Then I did a little bit of touch-up work with some silver. You can use white, just to bring out the definition between the metal banding and the helmet underneath. And one final thing is I dabbled on red, dry brushed on red. It gives it just a slight hint of rust, which is kind of nice. It helps the helmet. I also dabbled on rivets with the silver paint. So that's it. Now we got to now we paint the horns. I just used like a goldenrod and some white. Streaky is nice. So once that's all done, the helmet's just about ready. So lots more stuff like this on my website, stormthecastle.com, and here on my YouTube channel. I also have the Daedric sword from Skyrim, which is kind of neat. And I got the Spartan helmet, which is a very popular project. See the streaks on the helmet, on the horns? Thanks for watching.